There is a financial lie so normalized, so widely accepted, that most people never question it. It's repeated by dealerships, advertisements, lenders, and even friends and family. This lie sounds harmless, responsible, and even smart on the surface, yet it silently drains wealth from millions of people every year. That lie is the belief that as long as you can afford the monthly car payment, the purchase makes sense. Today, we will talk about the car payment lie that's quietly keeping you broke. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The car payment lie begins with how affordability is defined. Instead of asking whether a car fits into a long-term financial plan, people are taught to ask one simple question: can I make the monthly payment? This shifts attention away from the total cost of the vehicle and places it entirely on a short-term number. Dealerships understand this psychology perfectly. By extending loan terms and adjusting interest rates, they can make almost any car seem affordable on a monthly basis, even if it costs far more than it should. One of the most damaging aspects of this lie is how it hides the true price of the car. When people focus only on the payment, they ignore the total amount paid over the life of the loan. A car that costs significantly more than another can appear only slightly more expensive per month, especially when stretched over 5, 6, or even 7 years. Over time, this leads to thousands of dollars lost to interest and depreciation, money that could have been saved or invested. Depreciation is another reality the car payment lie conveniently ignores. Cars are depreciating assets, meaning they lose value the moment you drive them off the lot. Yet many people finance vehicles as if they are long-term investments. When you take out a long loan on a rapidly depreciating asset, you risk owing more than the car is worth for years. This creates a situation where selling or trading the car becomes difficult without rolling debt into the next loan. This is where the cycle deepens. Many people trade in a car before it is paid off, adding the remaining balance to a new loan. This practice keeps people in permanent car debt, often without a break between payments. The monthly payment feels normal because it never goes away. Over time, this normalization makes it seem inevitable, even though it is entirely optional. The car payment lie also distorts lifestyle decisions. When a large portion of income is tied up in a vehicle, it limits flexibility in other areas. Saving becomes harder. Investing feels impossible. Emergency expenses feel more stressful. Yet because the car payment is framed as a fixed necessary cost, people adjust everything else around it rather than questioning the payment itself. Another hidden cost is opportunity loss. Money spent on car payments is money that cannot be used to build wealth. Over the course of decades, consistently having a car payment can cost not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands in lost investment growth. This is rarely discussed because the impact is invisible in the short term. The monthly payment feels manageable, but the long-term consequences are massive. The emotional side of the car payment lie is equally powerful. Cars are deeply tied to identity, status, and self-image. Advertisements suggest that the right car represents success, responsibility, or personal freedom. This emotional pull makes people more willing to accept debt as part of the deal. When a purchase feels tied to self-worth, rational financial thinking often takes a back seat. There is also a widespread belief that newer cars are always safer and more reliable, which pushes people toward larger loans. While safety improvements are real, they are often exaggerated to justify higher prices. In reality, many well-maintained used vehicles offer excellent reliability without the financial burden of long-term payments. The lie persists because fear is a powerful motivator. Another factor keeping people trapped is how early this mindset is introduced. Many people finance their first car at a young age before they have financial experience. Once car payments become part of adult life, they are rarely questioned. People move from one financed vehicle to the next, assuming this is simply how things work. Few stop to calculate how much of their income has been consumed by cars over their lifetime. The car payment lie also affects career choices. When someone has high fixed expenses, including a car payment, they are less likely to take risks, negotiate salaries, or pursue better opportunities. Financial pressure limits options. Ironically, the car that was supposed to represent freedom can end up restricting it. Breaking free from this lie requires a shift in thinking. Instead of asking what monthly payment you can handle, the better question is how much of your life you are willing to trade for a car. When you view a vehicle as transportation rather than a status symbol, priorities change. Reliability, affordability, and total cost become more important than appearance or brand. People who escape the car payment cycle often describe a sense of relief. Without a monthly payment, cash flow improves instantly. Saving becomes easier. Financial stress decreases. This freedom compounds over time, creating room for better decisions and long-term planning. It's important to understand that this is not about never enjoying cars or never upgrading. It's about being intentional. The problem is not the car itself, but the mindset that treats perpetual payments as normal and unavoidable. Once that lie is exposed, people can make choices that align with their real goals instead of default expectations. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. The car payment culture benefits lenders and dealerships far more than consumers. It keeps people spending, borrowing, and repeating the cycle. Recognizing this does not mean you have failed. It means you are now aware. Awareness is the first step toward change. When you stop measuring affordability by monthly payments and start measuring it by long-term impact, you move from reactive money behavior to intentional money behavior. Monthly payments only tell you what you owe this month. They hide the total cost, the interest, the opportunity loss, and the years of financial pressure attached to the decision. Long-term impact forces you to ask better questions. How much will this really cost me over time? What am I giving up to have this today? What could this money become if I didn't lock it into a payment? If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.